Right, and we're back. So, I'm umming and ahhing about taking this, perhaps. Do have a nullification sphere, so we can be a bit more foolhardy with malfunctions, at least for the time being. Once we get to 2 of them, or if we find one that we particularly hate, we can always just burn that and get rid of them. Right, let's see what we've got here. There's a cipher there. Got half of them in this area. So, on the last one, basically just cut off as I were about to end it anyway. Let's see what I've got. Fabrication costs reduced, suffer damage when using keys. We could go without keys for now. Lower our fabrication costs. I don't mind that. And we have, speaking of fabrication, what have we got here? Oh, it's malfunctioning. Well, how come that's not cheaper? Shouldn't that be cheaper? Yeah. Odd. Oh well, I guess. So, we should now be approaching the end of this area, I think. Where is the exit here? Ah, okay. There's a door at the end of this. And I'll just have a look at these guns again. I think one's the carbine, isn't it? Really good damage, and I like the idea of a Doombringer, but the shield break on specifically the enemies around here is really good. And we've not had great luck with the launchers. Because they're not seeking as well and the enemies are all moving about really quickly, I don't think that's the best shout here. How are we then meant to... Okay, do we go here and then swing? Is that the idea here? Yeah, that's that Dreadbound we passed up on. Ah yes, we do. Right, let's see what we have.
So far down, it's impossible to see the sun.
Find a way past the gap. Okay. So we've got this, yes, huge gap here. Then loads of fabricators. I imagine that's a final chamber of sorts. I've got a heal down there. And this absolutely looks like an arena. What's our max integrity now? 246, so that's gonna be done to. Enemy? Yes. Oh, he hits like a truck. We got hit twice, and it hit us for 200. I mean, what was it? 246%. He just hit us for 157% health. If we hadn't upgraded our health at all this game, we would have instantaneously died. Jesus Christ. How on earth is that in any way fair? Jesus. Now what's this? A new launcher? Pyro shell caster. Now is not the time to be trying out new weapons. No traits on it, it's not getting used. Right, can we grapple up there? No. And a number of chests.
Beyond the crack in the world, the sleeper of the deep ascends in dangerous dreams. It offered the hive mind answers, but severed them instead. It offered the severed godhood, but crippled them instead. But it has not yet offered me anything. Why does it remain silent? After everything, am I still unworthy?
Oh, that's terrible. What do we have here for us? Chest? Malignant. Oh, our protection's being reduced by 20%. When did we get a malfunction? Did that enemy hit me with a malfunction attack? A malignant attack? Is that what that was? Yeah, that ain't happening. Sorry guys, but... Oh, you know what I should have done? Perhaps I still can. No. Oh, what if I... Okay. Here's an idea. Boom. Used a consumable. That's all we needed to do. New ability.
I accept this sacrifice. Visions of the future, or visions from the past.
You can now see luminescent orbs. Shoot them to reveal hidden platforms.
A new clarity in blindness.
Interesting. And here? Okay. Oh, those.
I need to talk. I know I keep putting this off, but everything has gone way too far this time. This is the part where I say, I'm sorry. So why don't I feel like I am? I try, but it sounds so hollow. What is this shadow inside me? I've felt this before. I can't describe it except that it feels... If I name it, will that make it go away?
here. Something angry and red down there. And that's a shop. Are we at the midway point? Or the end before the boss? Let's go. Oh, let's go up the working stairs and not risk falling into an abyss. You know, just strikes me as prudent. Something I should probably do. Is this still not filled? No. What have we got? A large heal. A regular heal. A stat augment. Increases max integrity. That's probably the one. This isn't it, is it? There's more, right? I mean... should I be making last purchases here? Should I get the extra heal, or... I'm honestly not sure if I need to jump down there. Did I miss any paths? No. No, I didn't. This isn't a shoot to reveal a projectile, is it? I mean, platform, is it? No. So is this it? And I thought I made shops cheaper. Yeah, reduced. Okay. I mean, there's a diving board and everything. There's no way out. Ooh.
Sunken. Halfway to depth. The pressure is building within me.
It isn't over. Not quite yet. Deploy the turrets! But I don't see a teleporter back up there. I think we've probably still done the right move there. $200 obolites between now and the end, whenever that may be, then perhaps a bit of ether there, get the money here. Ooh, nearly went over. Large, probability high. At low integrity, reduced weapon damage. What level is this gun? 28, it's pretty good. Right, let's have a look. $54. Ooh. I'm not going to do a challenge room on this area. Absolutely not. That's a boss room. That's a boss room. Oh, that's a boss room. Just annihilate everything. Yeah, that's a fair bit of money. Still not got the shield breaker charged. Still got enemies spawning in above it. Shield breaker is charged. 209. 238 now. Electro pylon. Ooh. Protective pylons. Increases protection when near pylons. Not bad. Right, it's time to fix it. Blaster. Piercing, narrow, explosive backlash. Oh, it's all on stagger and range. If those points in stagger were on damage, if it were just range and damage, I think we'd have found our boss killer. What does that? Piercing. Pierce through enemies and explode on a delay. Ooh. Interesting. We took the item that prevents us using keys, didn't we? Cheap fabrication cost, I think, wasn't it? But we take damage using keys, something along those lines. But we did take that, didn't we? So kill that now. Get out of there. I don't want to get hit by that shockwave. Oh. Got him. Oh, bit more money just there. 365. Do you want the pistol? No. No one wants the pistol. I'm telling you this now, game. Nobody wants your terrible pistols. Just stop offering them. We understand that yes, it exists, but we don't want to acknowledge its existence, okay? Nobody likes them. They're terrible weapons. I'm half tempted to just cleanse that. I mean, we have a lot of ether. It gives us a decent amount of health. Right. Ether. So the amount of ether depends on the chance. The lower the chance, the lower it costs. Okay. I understand. That's what it's based off of. Not how much it heals. Which is what it probably should be based on. But never mind, I guess. Well, I guess really it should be a combination of both. But then again, I tend to not think that they should be very costly at all. I think they should all be one to cleanse. But that's just me. Okay. I would like to personally find a teleporter. That would allow me to go back to the shop. I hope these don't despawn after a little while. Or if they do, it takes ages. Close to... oh, yeah, 52 now. There must be a way to reconnect with the astronaut who is waiting in the fog. Perhaps next time I will have the strength to... be a liability? Helios lies shattered, and I must. Glory, glory, glory. Again, it's definitely written by her. Maybe if we exit this zone, it disappears after a while. Well, rest assured, we're not on a time of any description when we're using these, are we? I see enemies. They're all around. Okay, let the heat-seeking do its job. I just worry about holding the trigger down and dodging everything. Jump into the middle of one of these. Yep, good stuff. And there's one left. Gotcha. Instantly reach max adrenaline. Again, if I could get something that gave me health for adrenaline down here. A key? Yes. But very high chance of getting a malfunction. I still have a key. So I assume that the boss room needed a key. A key which I now have.
I have seen the jet black skull behind the visor of the astronaut. I recognize parts of myself within those shadows, fighting to be free. If it can show the world one face, then another. Have I met it before? Was the name that sat on its head, was it the first one who said, "Do you see the white shadow?"
Okay. There's no obvious way of getting there, is the thing. So one of those platforms to shoot? Oh, look at that. Almost like a stained glass system. There is! Haha! Hiding above the door. Okay, let's just shoot first, ask questions later, I think. No messing around this time. Ow. Ow, 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 I hate you. Portal beam, shrapnel, retarget, oscillator. What's an oscillator here then? Projectiles are fired in an oscillating pattern and deal increased damage. So like a I mean, yeah, an oscillator will mean that they move sort of left to right or round and round or something, so yeah, it'll have some kind of moving spirally pattern of some description to it, I imagine. That's, I mean, the increased damage part's alright, but that's kind of a meh upgrade. And none of its stats are in not speed, in damage, are they? Back to here. And it wants us to collect a parasite of all things. Alt fire, it's not the worst malfunction ever. Our alt fire was mainly just used to break the shields of distant enemies. So it's not that bad.
Would it be safe for me to drive afterwards? I had no idea. But what about prep time and recovery? I'm in the middle of a lot right now, so... No, it's... I wouldn't want anyone present. No one can know about this. Everyone is overbearing and controlling, and I haven't even told a single person about... If they found out I was here, that we were talking...
So that's probably her discovering this signal. Supposedly there's an item beneath here somewhere. You can see it there. Not entirely certain what that would be, but let's just have a look at the map. Yeah, there's nothing else around here, just this. Unfortunately now, we can't go back to the shop, so I right to buy as many heals as I could. It's very much a last orders job at that point. And of course, there's our sidearm with Ricochet 1. Come on down. I've had a little look at this to get like a strategy, so I've briefly watched a little bit online, but what I want to do is these blue orbs will appear like there.
Pitch black guilt. Guardian of Hades. Do you cast
And then we
the
want to
light
shoot his weak spots. Oh, these are gonna be dodgy to dodge, aren't they? Hit that, jump, go for the weak spots. Dodged it. Chest. Got him. No one there. You know, as well, I'm just going to pop one of our heals now, so we're not having to worry about getting on low health for a while, just in case. Side one of those. Oh, he swings as well at you. 2 heals to go. Here should be fine. There's fine. Ow. The projectiles aren't as bad. It's mostly the swings from him and the swings from... Yes, it's the swings from him and it's those giant purple rings you want to watch out for more than anything. Is that a heal? Oh, that's a heal. There's the astronaut. Let's begin. We're doing loads of damage when we're hitting him though. And we keep hitting those... Oh, I shouldn't have jumped there. I thought I was going to go for a swing. I saw his hands moving. We need to hit the orbs. There we go. Must be less things through this side. Get that. Here looks safe. Roughly. Weak spot there. Weak spot there. Let's go to max adrenaline overdrive. Pound those last weak spots. Overdrive again. Need to hit to reveal them. Hit him, hit him, hit him. One left. On nearly full health, but all heals, all consumables, everything used. As it sinks into the depths. Are we carrying on from the last area? We were, weren't we? We found one. I nearly forgot about that. I'm glad the game reminded me. Successful overloads cause your weapon to break shields. That's actually really solid as an item. Right. Not to ruin the moment.
As you will.
We just fall forever. Perhaps. No? Light. We can see the light coming through.
I remember everything now. I know why I deserve to be here. It's always the crash I return to.
The orb from the Astartes animations. The true face
Are you the one who
of
brought
the
me
final
here?
boss.
Is this what you wanted me to see?
There's the quote-unquote child from that cutscene in the house. Well, interactive cutscene, you know what I mean. Moon's out.
Mom? Do you see the white shadow?
The white shadow. Us in the car. Radio. Bit of interference. We see an astronaut. And we're in. The crash, the bridge that we saw, everything sort of coming together. And if you noticed the clock as well, it was 8:36 PM. So it's... yeah. So, theories.
Do you see the white shadow?
Theories in the comments, please. I'll tell you mine. So, what I think this is, is perhaps it is... So I think that her mother was going to be an astronaut but had an accident. And she was distant, so she always kind of didn't really like her. She was always living in the shadow of her mother. You know, astronauts who, why? That's, I'm assuming something like that. But when her mother didn't manage to make it to go on to the moon, she decided to kind of take up the mantle when she was older. So right, I'm going to get out of the shadow of my mother, I'm going to become an astronaut myself, and in doing so, she repeated the cycle, she became distant to her child. All the various things you see through the game, so the bits in the house where it's you need to heat the food for 8 minutes 36 seconds, you see that it's 8:36 p.m. again, and it's all because that's the time at which they had the accident. She blamed herself, etc., etc. Went on the went on to the Astra program to kind of forget everything, to just leave it all behind. Now, this is though the sort of it's in your own decision, this, you know, you as the, well, not really reader or viewer here, you as the player, you need to decide, did that really happen, or is she in a mental ward? All the creatures being tentacle-like is obviously a reference to the tentacle stuffed toy. The cycle, it's all her trying to get through the stages of, I suppose, grief and loss and trying to move on. I'm assuming it's something along those lines, or maybe she just died in the crash and this is all purgatory, you know, her dealing with this in the next life to move on or something. Honestly, it could be any of the above, but it's a cool concept anyway. I like the game. Again, there's a lot to like here. I may have sounded a bit critical at times. It's, again, just putting this out there, the guns, the use of the haptics and the adaptive trigger, all of that, 10 out of 10 amazing. Just the guns, the gunplay, everything feels amazing. It's very satisfying to just obliterate things with your laser rifles, you know, the weapons. I think almost all of them, with the exception of a few, are fantastic to use. Even the pistol's pretty punchy. I imagine if you upgraded that, I bet there'll be someone stupid enough out there to max out the pistol and then go for a pistol only run. I wouldn't put it past some people. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if someone does a melee only run, seeing as there's enough different synergies with the items. And that's another thing. The unlocks and items, I don't like the data cube system. If they're going to stick with that, I would say have more data cubes show up. I went through some areas and didn't get one. There should be a guaranteed data cube in every area until you've unlocked them all. And this is where the game kind of falls flat for me. That, again, the moment-to-moment gameplay, the story, the visuals, up to this point is a 10 out of 10. It's already worth your money just on that. But the roguelike elements, keeping in mind roguelikes are meant to be replayed over and over, I don't want to replay this, not unless they add more content. Not really. Because again, you haven't got these great synergies between items where every run's crazy different. You can only carry one gun for some reason in your shooter. Like half the objects you pick up, maybe even more, seem to be malignant. So there's always a dice roll as to whether or not they're actually going to help you. A lot of your run seems to be in the hand of the gods, which is not something I'm keen on. It's like, well, you can cleanse it, yes, but the only time you're getting enough ether to just be a bit willy-nilly about cleansing things is toward the end, when it just starts handing you it out as if it's like just bits of candy or something, you know. But all that aside, and so again, I would, if I were House Marquee right now, it's a great game. Maybe you think, right, we'll add some DLC or something. what I would say is, get an, because right now the game would be better off not as a roguelike. Honestly, it would. If you told me this game was a single player campaign and it just saved at the start of each level and created a permanent save, honestly, 10 out of 10 game, it'd be amazing. If you're telling me to judge this as a roguelike, I'd probably give it a 7. Because the roguelike elements are just wrong. It would actually work better as a just a campaign, just as a single player narrative thing. Again, you need to have more item variety, unlock it quicker. You need to be unlocking more faster. Give us some items, for God's sake, give me some items. Those areas where you go, like on that first area in the second half of the game, you go through the ruins, you go through 2 branching paths to the end to find these keys, and there's a fabricator, but you have to buy it. No, just give us a free item. Just give the user a free item there. Same in the frozen zone. At the end of each one, you give them a key. Yeah, give them a free item. They've done well to get there. They've got through loads of enemies. The items aren't crazy overpowered. Well, some are. And that's another thing. This game is a absolute masterclass in boss design. I've not been this impressed since Monster Hunter World. Why don't they let that shine through? It pains me that you only... If you fight the bosses again, it's to no benefit. The boss fights are the coolest part of the game, and you only fight each one once. Well, you beat them once, you might fight them multiple times, but you only need to beat them once. To do so again is detrimental. All the pain with no gain. There should be a pool of boss items that can only be obtained from a boss. These items should be really powerful as the astronaut. You should have something in there that's like 50% integrity boost. Maybe even some... what else could you do? Proficiency gain... gain 10% proficiency gain for every level of adrenaline, just off the top of my head, right? Something like that. But a series of really powerful boss items that when you go to fight the boss, there's a reason to do it. Because the boss fights are the best part. You should absolutely be saying, play these a bunch, these are amazing, it's one of the best things in the game. And give them a reason to experience it again. And I just think that they need to reward you more, have less randomness. For the love of God, give us a second weapon slot. It's a shooter. The melee, if they're going to keep emphasizing it and putting all these items in place, turning it from a single swipe into like a 3-hit combo, it will be easy enough to do. It's a couple of animations that have to add in, and that's kind of it. Just do something like that, make the melee a little bit better. Maybe even make it so if you swipe with the sword, it will cut away projectiles. So if you have incoming projectiles and you swipe with the sword, you could remove the projectiles. That'd be an interesting idea. Just, again, roguelike wise, there's a lot of tweaking it would need, but it's all just tweaks is the thing. New items, little tweaks, changes to adding like boss items and that. This can all be done with patches, which is exactly how you want to hear your games performing on release. Your games come out, it's released, it's really successful. Hey, you know what would make it a 10 out of 10? A few little tweaks. That's fantastic. In my opinion, that. It could be far worse, but Other than that, I would say they need to work on the runtime. There are roguelikes that are this long, but the runtime, if it's going to be that long, it needs an autosave. At the very least, give me an autosave. It can delete if I die, but give me an autosave. I know that it's like, ooh, but that could be misused, etc. As far as I know, the PlayStation system does have things you can put in place that prevents you from moving saves around. Because I know that you can probably do some jiggery pokery with the cloud storage system on PlayStation Plus, most likely. That's probably what they're worrying about. People backing up saves, reloading them so they don't die. But honestly, if that's what they're worried about, it's like, yeah, the detriment of not being able to save is far worse for your game and will pee off more customers than the potential that some people may try to cheese out a achievement. That's it. But again, overall fantastic. Very impressed. Really like the environment design. The graphics are amazing. That water level as well. When you shoot those squids and they just explode into like severed tentacles and loads of bubbles go up. Fantastic. After this, I think, in fact, probably in a few hours now, I'm probably going to have a little break and then get right to it. It'll be Resident Evil 8 for me. Probably the only game, in my honest opinion, that has any chance of beating this in terms of like the sheer graphical fidelity. Again, honestly, if you want some pretty games, really pretty games that you can show off to your mates on your new PlayStation 5, get Returnal, which again, this even with those little flaws, in fact, I'm probably being harsh with a 7. It's probably like 7.5 to 8, depending how much you like a roguelike. But yeah, I'm probably being harsh. But it's solid. It's a very good game, a solid entry for a triple. It's the first AAA roguelike, so I'm happy to see this. It means that there'll be more in the works, more AAA roguelikes after the success of this. Absolutely, there will be. But yeah, if you want some pretty looking games to just make everyone jealous of your PlayStation, Returnal, Demon Souls, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and what was it? Yeah, Returnal, Demon Souls, Miles Morales, and Resident Evil 8. Gorgeous, all have ray tracing. Really good, really good. Oh, and I hate that name, Morales. It's like, yeah, you can tell it's, I think, Spanish or something. Like, you'd read that in English and you'd be like, oh, Morales. He's Morales. Miles Morales. Because it's spelt morale, as in an arm is morale. You know, it's... Never mind, though. Right, we are just about at time. I've left this go on, but we'll see if we can scroll a bit faster here. See if anything happens at the end. But if it keeps going, I might just have to cut it here, because there we go. So again, and I think that's why there's a skull behind it. See, it was all a dream. But yeah, I think the skull behind is because it was her mother. Oh.
I am destruction. For the cycle to end, I must not just remember.
Oh.